America is not a multicultural country. It's a Western country. Hello, my name is Wesley Cragen. This video is part of a series I'm publishing about American politics, history, and nationalism. In this particular video, I will be discussing a controversial TV advertisement for the carbonated beverage Coca-Cola that aired during the 2014 NFL Super Bowl. In this ad, the audience first sees an image of an American cowboy riding a white horse through a wooded area of rural America, while the song America the Beautiful is sung in the background. Suddenly, the view changes and the video cuts to multiple different shots of people from various different national origins and cultures, while America the Beautiful continues to be sung, but the language in which it is sung changes with each clip. The message of the ad is that the United States is a place of supposedly desirable diversity and multiculturalism. As is well known by now, the ad has caused much controversy, with some people saying it was offensive to them as Americans, while others defended it and even went so far as to accuse the commercial's critics of being racists. Even though it has been several years since this commercial aired, I would still like to give my opinion on it and then transition into a broader topic of the subject of American national identity. My opinion of this ad is simple and straightforward. It's bad. I say that emphatically and with no apology. This advertisement was, in my opinion, deeply un-American. And the reason I say that is because the ad itself had a message that was blatantly attacking the real identity of the United States. You see, when people mix patriotic material, such as the song America the Beautiful, which plays in the ad, with images and sounds of multiculturalism and multiple languages, they are making an in-your-face statement that the United States of America has no culture and no language. Let me say that again, just so you get it. When people mix patriotic material, such as the song America the Beautiful, which plays in this ad, with images and sounds of multiculturalism and multilingualism, they are making an in-your-face statement that the United States of America has no culture and no language. Essentially, what they are saying is that the country has no identity, nothing that sets it apart from other countries, nothing that makes it uniquely its own. In my view, one of the biggest lies of our time is that the United States of America is a multicultural society. An even bigger lie is the belief that it was founded as a multicultural society from the time of its independence. Simply stated, the culture of the United States is Western, and the language of the United States is English. People need not point out to me that before colonization, the land that is now America was home to many different indigenous cultures, ethnic groups, and languages. Nor need they point out that even shortly after colonization, there were many different colonial ethnicities, cultures, and languages. I am aware that, in addition to English and Native American heritages, there were also Spanish, Dutch, German, French, and even Swedish influences in different parts of colonial America. I don't deny that, but what I do deny is that once the American colonies became united and independent, there was some great movement for them to remain a diverse, confused, and disorganized Tower of Babel. Despite the presence of the Dutch, the Germans, the French, and other colonists, the U.S. became unified and free under the umbrella of the English-speaking community. All of the founding documents, including the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, were written in English. All of the values that were held by the founders of this land, including rugged individualism, capitalism, private property, and the belief that all men are created equal, are culturally Western values. Both this country's early and recent history have been distinctly Western and Anglophone. You might be wondering how I define Western culture. As I've already pointed out, much of Western culture has to do with beliefs in human equality, individualism, and a free market economy. But culture is so much more. It also has to do with standards of behavior, manners, etiquette, and what is considered polite or rude in different parts of the world. Lastly, it also has to do with more tangible things such as types of cuisine, clothing, and music. Such things do not have to be unique to the United States. They can also be found in what is called the Western world in general, that is, the countries of Western, Northern, and Southern Europe, as well as Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Manners, such as eating with silverware instead of, say, chopsticks, are considered part of Western culture. Music, such as American country music, is very Western as well. And food such as the hot dog, hamburger, and the traditional American breakfast platter with pancakes, eggs, and sausages or bacon are all examples of Western food. There are other cultural distinctives that are more unique to the United States that the U.S. doesn't even share with other Western countries. These distinctives I refer to as American culture. They include such things as patiently waiting for the people in front of you to move, as opposed to pushing and shoving, which is considered normal in countries such as Germany, or eating with the fork in the right hand, which is the opposite of the way people eat in other Western countries, where the knife is held in the right hand and the fork in the left. Some Western countries also observe the habit of always removing one's shoes when entering a house, while most homeowners in the U.S. will allow their guests to enter with their shoes on as long as the bottoms of their shoes are mostly clean and do not have large chunks of mud, grass, dirt, chewing gum, or other substances on them. But I digress. The point is, whether a cultural distinctive is unique to the United States or is present in other parts of the world, it should only be associated with the U.S. if it is traditionally American or Western. Cultural differences, traditions, musical genres, and food that originate in places such as East Asia, Africa, South America, or the Middle East are not Western and therefore should not be used to represent the United States. Before I conclude, I would like to address a word I used earlier in this video. That is the word un-American. If you have followed U.S. politics for any amount of time, you have probably heard a politician, usually on the left side of the aisle, use the word un-American. I myself have heard it used by a former U.S. president who I will not name, who was and still is a member of the Democratic Party. In the instance of which I am thinking, he used the word un-American to describe a proposed state law in Arizona, the purpose of which was to crack down on illegal immigration in that state. The irony of the situation was that the state of Arizona's attempt to secure its borders, which was a very patriotic and pro-American move, was called un-American, by a president no less, who represented every agenda under the sun that is the opposite of what America stands for. Likewise, some people may believe that I am un-American for not supporting multiculturalism and for not liking the particular Coke ad which the first paragraph of this video is about. My response would be to say that they don't have a right to use that word about me when they are themselves defending the use of un-American cultures and un-American languages in what is supposed to be a TV advertisement that represents America. From now on, let us as patriots hijack this word un-American from those who are currently using it so wrongly, and let us begin to use it with a proper meaning. My name is Wesley Cragen, and I am an American son of liberty.